Dear students, see in the lesson number 3, that is a motion in straight line. We have covered almost all the things. We took the theory part, the examples and the exercise numericals. We also saw some additional questions. Okay, whatever the important information is required, that we have taken. Now in a concluding part of this lesson number 3, I discuss some of the MCQ. See, that will provide you a basic to solve further MCQ. So today we'll discuss some of the MCQ part. See, right now the NCERT textbook do not contain any MCQ. Okay, but you see some competitive exam we have to answer in MCQ. So as a basic of this, today I cover some MCQ that will help you to solve further MCQs. Okay, now let us say first MCQ we are going to discuss. See, a particle moves from A to B on a semicircular path like this. Okay, calculate the ratio of the path length to displacement. Okay, ratio of path length to displacement that we have to obtain. Okay, now see, here is a semicircle. So the path length will be half of the circumference of the circle. See, what is the circumference of the circle? 2 pi r. Now see, displacement is the shortest distance. So here displacement is 2 r. So this is what ratio will get? Path length to displacement. Okay, so this is how we can get ratio of the path length to displacement. See, another MCQ, that is MCQ number 2. See, an object perform the rectilinear motion. See, starting from A, it covers 2 meters in the eastward direction, then 3 kilometers in the northward direction, then 5 kilometers in the westward direction. Okay, and finally 5 kilometers in the southward direction. Okay, now let us say A is the starting point, AB in the eastward direction. Okay, let us say 2 kilometers here. Okay, then 3 kilometers in the west direction, north direction, this is north. Then 5 kilometers in the west direction, and finally 5 kilometers in south direction. Okay, first eastward, then north, then in the west direction, and finally south. What is the displacement? Okay, now see, we have discussed displacement is the shortest distance. Okay, displacement is shortest distance between 2 points. So see, A is our xi. Let us say A, B, C, D and E. E is our final point. Okay, so E is our final position. Now we know the displacement we have to find out. Displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points. It has nothing to do with the path followed. It only connects initial and final position. So this is A is the initial position, E is the final position. So the line joining these two will be a displacement like this. So AE is our displacement. Now how to find out AE? Now see, this is 5 kilometers, this is 2. So this will be 3 kilometers. These two are opposite side of a rectangle. Now this is total DE is 5, CB is 3. So what will be this part? This will be 2 kilometer. Okay. See, out of this DE5, if you subtract this CB, how much will remain? Okay, 2 kilometer. Now this is a right angle triangle, we can say. So the displacement under root 2 square plus 3 square. Okay, under root 2 square plus 3 square. Okay, so this is how we can calculate displacement. Now here AB, first it moved 2 kilometer in the east direction, then 3 kilometer in the north direction, then 5 kilometer in the west direction, and finally 5 kilometer in the east direction. So we had calculated displacement. See, remember, displacement has nothing to do with the path followed. It connects only initial and final position. Now we take another MCQ. Now see, object moves on a circular path of radius 1 meter. Okay, now starting from A. Now it traverses some angle of 60 degree and finally reaches to B. So it moves on this arc AB. Okay, what will be the displacement? Okay, what will be the displacement of the? It starts from A and end from B. What will be the displacement? Now, as I told, displacement is the shortest distance. So you studied about the chord of the circle. Okay, so this line joining the A and B is the shortest distance. Now, see from the geometry of the figure. See, this is radius OA and OB are radius, so it will be 1 meter. Okay, now we join this triangle OAB. Okay, see, triangle OAB, OA and OB are of the same length. So we have studied in the geometry. See, the angle opposite to the equal side will be also equal. So let us say angle opposite to this OA is, let us say, X. Okay, and angle opposite to this OB also is X. Okay, now see, we know the angle sum property of the triangle. Total angle, sum of the three angles is 180. So here 2x is 60. So what we see here in triangle OAB, if I draw, this was 60, this also we have obtained 60. So 1, 1 and 1. Okay, that made it angles are equal, then the side opposite also will be equal. So from the geometry we can say all sides will be equal. So this AB also will be 1 meter. So displacement will be 1 meter. Okay, so you can see the basic geometric is used here. See, the particle moves from on AB path, on a circular path, we have obtained the displacement. Okay, now this is one MCQ we should know. Now next is a velocity time graph, meter per second. Okay, now see, we have to calculate distance covered in the time interval. Five to 10 seconds. Now see, this is a time interval between 10 to 5 seconds. So we know this is a trapezium here. Okay, now we saw in the theory part also, see the area of the velocity time graph. Okay, area of graph. Okay, now what is the formula of the area of the trapezium? Is h by 2 and sum of the parallel sides. So here one parallel side will be A, let us say will be 10, another parallel side, that is B, is 20. See what is the perpendicular distance? There is h here, 10 minus 5. Okay, so h by 2 A plus B will give the displacement 5 upon 2, 20 plus 10. Okay, okay, so you can write down this, very useful to you. Okay, so this is how, see the area of the velocity time graph with the displacement. Now we take another MCQ. Okay, here is the velocity time graph. Okay, for a given body. See what we do find out. See the total distance covered. Okay, now we are familiar with the property that area of the velocity time graph gives the distance or displacement. Now see here distance, we see a two triangle here. First triangle area is A1, second triangle area is A2. Okay, now this we see is a right angle triangle. So first we find out the area, 1 by 2 base into height. What is base? 10. What is height? 12. A2 also 1 by 2 base into height. Okay, see the height will be again 12, base will be 20 minus 12. Okay, but actually this triangle is below the origin, so that we consider negative. But we know the displacement is a vector quantity, distance is a scalar quantity. So distance will be always positive. Okay, now negative of okay, now displacement will be simply A1 minus A2. Okay, so this is how we have to differentiate between distance and displacement. See, distance is scalar quantity, displacement is vector quantity. Now, see a one-dimensional motion is given like this. Okay, see the object moves like this. Okay, now what will be the ratio of average acceleration? See here we are given velocity time graph. See, remember slope of graph gives Okay. Now this angle is given as 60. Okay. Now slope of OC upon slope of BC. But earlier we have seen the slope is tan theta. Okay. See in the velocity time graph, this will be delta t, this will be delta v. Tan theta is opposite upon adjacent. Okay. There is acceleration is tan theta is opposite upon adjacent, that is delta v by delta t. So here also the slope for OC and OB line will be tan theta 1. Okay, let us say this is theta 1 and this is theta 2, that is tan 60. Tan 30 is 1 upon root 3. Okay, so what is the property we are going to use here? See, there is an area of the, slope of the velocity time graph gives the value of the acceleration. Now we take another MCQ. Okay, there is a displacement of the particle is given as a function of time, a plus dt plus ct square minus dt. Okay, minus dt 4. Okay, find out the, calculate initial velocity. Okay, now here see the displacement time is relation is given. Now we know dy by dt will give the value of velocity. Okay, dy by dt will give us the value of the velocity. Now see is a relation of y and t. So first we take dy by dt. Velocity is dy by dt. Now a is constant term, derivative will be 0. See, derivative of t will be 1. Okay, derivative of t square is 2t and t cube will be 4t cube. Okay, now initial velocity. We have to take t is equal to 0. So here t will be 0, here also will be 0. So these two terms will become 0. So initial velocity, sometimes called v0, will be equal to v. Okay, that is initial velocity. Okay, that we call as v0. Now acceleration. See, v we have obtained as b plus 2ct minus 4t. Okay, now that is value of dy by dt. Okay, now acceleration is dv by dt. Okay, okay, that is the time rate of change of velocity gives the acceleration. So if I take derivative, b derivative is 0, 2c is a constant term, derivative is 1, t cube derivative is 3t square. So see, this will be 2c minus 12t square. Again, for the initial acceleration, for initial we have to take t is equal to 0. See, this term will vanish. Why? Because t is equal to 0. So what we get as initial velocity is b and initial acceleration is q. Okay, so this is how we can obtain initial velocity and initial acceleration. Okay, now we take some graphical question. Now see here, a graph is like this. See, that is a x versus t relation. Now what are the option given to you? Okay, what are the option given to you? That is a particle moving continuously. A is an option. Particle is moving in x direction. See, what is option B? The velocity of the of particle increases up to time t0. Okay, and become constant. Now see, what is option C? The particle is stationary. And option D is, see, the particle travel with constant velocity. Up to time t0, and then its velocity okay. So these are the option given. See, the first, this is a x versus t relation given here. Now see, what are the possible answer? Okay, see, the particle is stationary. That is wrong. Why? Because with increasing time x also increases, so this is cancelled. Now particle is continuously moving in the x direction. That is also wrong. Why? Because it has moved up to here, then its position do not change. Now let us say the time is passing, but the position do not change, so this option is also not correct. Now see, the velocity of particle increases up to t time. Okay, then it become constant. In that case, see, the graph of constant velocity is always a straight line, so that option is not correct. Okay, now see the fourth option, the particle moves, travel with constant velocity up to time t0. Yes, see, x versus t graph is a straight line. Okay, then it moves with a constant velocity. Yes, there is uniform motion. But once t0 time is passed, position do not change. See, we have seen earlier, if the x versus t graph is a straight line, then particle is stationary. Now see, the stationary means zero velocity. Okay, so which is the correct option? See, the particle travel with a constant velocity up to time t0, and then its velocity becomes 0. So this is, we say, a useful example. Now see our next MCQ. Okay, now see the displacement time relation. Y is displacement and t is the time. Okay, relation minus 2 by t square plus 16 plus 2. Okay, now the question say, how long will it take to come to rest? How long? We know it always shows the time. Now will come to rest. That means it becomes stationary, or we can say the velocity becomes 0. Okay, we also know that, see, the time rate of derivative of displacement give the velocity. So if I take derivative here, velocity is dy by dt. See, minus 2 by 3. What is the derivative of t square? 2t. What is derivative of 16t? But t is 16 is constant, t derivative is 1, and 2 is a constant term derivative. So what is the equation of the velocity? Minus 4t by 3 plus 16. Now here we have to find out that how long it will take to come to rest. That means the velocity becomes 0. So if I equate the velocity of equation of velocity with 0, so v is equal to minus 4t by 3, then 4t is equal to 16 into 3, t is equal to 16 into 3 upon 4. So the particle takes 12 seconds to come to rest. Okay, this is a very useful MCQ. Now see the next MCQ. See the relation, position time relation. Okay, see the position time relation is given to us as x is equal to at square minus bt2. Okay, see at what time, the question says at what time acceleration of particle now what we are given, x versus t relation. Now we have seen the first derivative of x with respect to time with the velocity, and the second derivative of x with respect to time give the acceleration. Okay, so here x is given at square minus bt cube. Now velocity is the first derivative. A derivative of t square is 2t. T cube derivative is 3t square. Okay, so that is velocity is 2at minus. Okay, now acceleration is dv by dt. Now 2a is constant, derivative of t is 1, minus 3b, okay, that is 2a minus 6bt, okay, that is acceleration. Now what do the question says? What time the acceleration will be 0? So we equate this relation. So 2 is equal to, okay, so this is the time at which the acceleration of the particle is 0. Okay, now here what we are given, position time relation. See, we are being asked at what time the acceleration becomes 0. So what we have done, so to get the acceleration from x we have taken derivative 2 times, that is dx by dt is v and dv by dt is a. Then we equated equation obtained with the 0, so we'll get the time at which the acceleration becomes 0. Now see displacement time relation, at plus bt square. Okay, now ABC are constant. Okay, we have to find out velocity of particle when okay, this is useful, this one is important MCQ. Now see what you have to find out, velocity of the particle when acceleration becomes 0. See, just now we have seen that by taking derivative of displacement 2 times we will get the value of the acceleration. So first we obtain the value of the acceleration. See, x is at plus bt square, v is dx by dt, at derivative is 1, b t square is 2t, c constant, t cube is 3t square. Okay, now v is a plus 2 bt minus Okay, now this is the first derivative. See the second derivative a is dv by dt. To a derivative is 0. 2b t is constant. Sorry, 2b is constant. Derivative t is 1 minus t square derivative is this. Now find velocity of the particle when acceleration is become 0. So acceleration is 2b minus 6ct. Okay. Now when a is 0, what will get the time? So t is okay. Now we have to obtain the value of the velocity. So what is equation of velocity? Okay, 2b t minus a plus 2bt minus 3ct square. So v is equal to a, 2b t value I have to substitute, minus 3c b upon 3c. Now this I need to simplify. A plus, now for simplicity I write like this, so we can solve it easily. See, one of the 3c will get cancelled. So this will become a plus 2b square upon 3c minus b square upon 3c. Okay, so finally we can write, see this I am writing again, v is a plus 2b square upon 3c. See what we see, the denominator is same. So v is equal to a plus okay. Now what we see in the last 2-3 MCQ, know where the time value is given. See the values are in terms of constant, that is a, b and c. Then also we can get the answer. So this is how we can solve the MCQ. See, these are the MCQ which will be help you as a basic MCQ for solving further MCQ. Thank you.